starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 14-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Flushed out right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Dobbins, touchdown, Baltimore. Here we go. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 7, Eagles 0. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go play action with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And taken right on the 30. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my...
This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Dobbins once more, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Ravens 14, Eagles nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6.
On the ground, it's Akers. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On first down, Samuel, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Adafe Owe there on the tackle. Now, this defense for the Ravens, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 6. Hey, let's get this. Go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 15. Mike 15. 18 Cardinal. Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike. 10 through 11.
Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. His throw incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson, option right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. And let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio. The ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. A solid stiff arm. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Eagles 3. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the give, this is Akers. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a run with Akers. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down throw, complete downfield. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Akers. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. He'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, Dobbins able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Real quick. Mike 35. You can't block me. No, we changed it. You can't block me. 34.
Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Ravens 35, Eagles 3. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Play action. Here's Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Odafe Owe drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by
the time we have to leave the booth.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And down to the 20. A big play there on the scramble.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right here. Show it up. 13.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21. Let's get it together, D. Yo. Check 52.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and trying to get it to Harvin, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Hurts.
He's got Watkins on the out route.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching him play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. 40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine. Record, race, smash. Check, Mike.
And to give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. They'll go again here with Akers.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Now a give. Akers running left.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check.
Hurts sets up to throw it
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a Ravens first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
35's the mic.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think.
You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's go.
Now Jackson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Dobbins. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Dobbins running out of the gun, and they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
This is taken around the 12 and out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap, because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They moved to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.